Okay, here's where I'll admit I'm in a pretty bad place right now. Well, at least it looks like it. I'm on the bottom and all tied up. My face even had an expression of worry on it. But actually, this is where all the good stuff begins. And towards the end of the match, we'll cover into a little bit more detail about this particular submission. Let's get started. Okay, this is our third match now. So we're just kind of trading grips. Try to shoot in there, see what his reaction is. He's trying to grab my grips, I'm trying to grab his. We just want to control the sleeves, control the lapels. He's a really sturdy guy. Give him credit. I kind of push him a little bit to kind of get a feel of how he reacts to that. And then he cups me around my back and falls down. He's done that to me in previous matches. I don't know why they learned from that, but again, I'm comfortable on my back, and I don't really mind too much going down, but from a pulling perspective, that's not that great. So I started to set up some chokes. He actually has my right hand pinned to the mat, and I can't really do a cross-collar choke here. So what I do is, with my left hand, I reach to his opposite side, his left side, and I cinch it up. I actually have it around his throat. I bite his lapel with my teeth, and I tighten it even more. And at some point, right around here, he kind of goes limp. And for a brief second, right there, for a brief second, I'm letting him go because I thought he was out. As soon as I loosen up on that lapel, he bursts. He goes right back to life, it seems like. Okay, this is where he starts to control my hand, control my arms. Look at a really dominant position. Like I was saying in the beginning of this video, this kind of looks like really bad for me. You can hear Angel say, "Don't turn your back on him," and this is kind of where I get that normal setup. You can kind of see I'm grabbing his lapel and back, and I'll cover that in more detail. But I yank him down. This is what I need. And right here, he's trapped, his shoulder's trapped, his leg's trapped, and I just apply that lever type of armbar. He taps frantically because it's quite painful, quite shocking if you're not used to it. But that was it. Alright, let's start to break this down in a lot more detail. So this is the position that I said was a bad position. Actually, it's not. It's the start of what I call my tricky lever armbar. And let's see the rest of this. Okay, here is where I trap his arm. Two things. I'm preventing his arm from clasping or grabbing my lapels to do any other type of submissions. But the other thing too is I'm lifting it up, off, away from my body. So if you can see my right arm's going to do something a little tricky. Now, in a gi match, this is very important. This secures the shoulder. This will give me control of the right side of his body for me to control where I want to be in my position, but it's really important that I secure it first. So I'll reach over, I'll dig my fingers in. Most people are not aware because they think they've got the strong dominant position, and sure enough they do. But as soon as I get my fingers in there, that's the start of the bad things to come. So I need to be on the far side. I need to be on the other side. So what I need to do to get there is I need to pull on the lapel grips that I have, which will pull his shoulder down towards the mat. And if you notice on my left leg, I use the mat and I bridge. And this causes his legs to lift up. And then the only place he really has is kind of where his hips are on the mat, but also his leaning forward. But when I'm controlling his lapels, I'm pulling it back down towards the mat. So he's going to fall to the side that I really want to attack him on. At this point, people would be screaming, pass. That's a clear pass. And if you notice, I keep my leg hooked on his leg, and I don't jump over, jump across, or go past his legs, because I'm not meaning to pass. I have his lapels in my right hand, which I've pulled to the mat, and I have his shoulder secured on the mat. And what I'm really trying to do now is push his wrist towards the inside of his body, which you can't really see right now, but is going to be causing a lot of hyperextension on his arm, which is really painful and really scary. And it's finish time. If you notice, I bring my leg way tight and really traps his leg. His shoulder's trapped. His arm is being hyperextended. The only escape he has right now is to pull his shoulder out, but with me grabbing those lapels, that shoulder cannot come out. His only other escape, believe it or not, is to remove the hook and to actually get his legs out of there so he can walk backwards in a counterclockwise position. But that's why my leg is there. That's why I keep that trapped, because I'm applying a ton of pressure and hyperextending his arm. I'm actually using my entire body weight at this point to drop on him. And that's really painful at that point. And not too long after, there it is. There's the tap. It's pretty surprising to many people. Counterintuitive. Person has your back. Person has his hook. And if you do it right, he'll still get submitted. All right. Thanks for watching.